Even with our worldwide internet and the way that we're connected as a society now, Sheboygan is still that unique little capsule. It's a beautiful place. It's a calming place. You know, it doesn't have some of the big city amenities, but I think the people who are born and raised here and live here like that. It ends up in the media all the time because of the name, but a lot of people who make fun of Sheboygan don't know anything about what it really has to offer.
So a guy comes back from California, lives about a half mile north of me. He's needed some money. He wanted to sell his surfboard. This is probably 64, 65. What I knew about skiing was you wax the bottom of the skis, right? So I waxed the bottom of the surfboard. So I slip off the board into all these dead fish, but I'm kind of hooked on it. And then my mom, I think, drove me down to the jetties because somebody said they had seen some guys or whatever in the water. That's when I met Andy Summersberger, Tom Ziegler, Mark Wente, Bill Keitert, Randy Grimmer, and then, of course, Charles.
I just happened to be coming by here on my bike, and it was a day like this. There aren't any waves, but these guys are down there making the scene. And I came down and looked at these things. I said, I've heard of this, but it was just out of body. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then when I saw these guys riding and standing up, I thought, oh man, I've got to do that. Then, boom, I knew who I was. In the 70s, if I was surfing on a weekday, you're surfing alone or maybe one or two other guys, and you're constantly scanning Broad Drive here, hoping to see a car you recognize. I was so naive. I thought, gosh, the way this is going, I can see where by the time I'm 35, 40 years old, I can't surf anymore. I'm going to come down here and it's going to be 3 foot and perfect, and there's going to be nobody out, nobody to watch. Well, that didn't happen. that didn't happen.
I feel like Sheboygan gets really good waves more frequent. Maybe not the biggest waves, but we get good quality waves frequently.
Surfing saltwater, you have that natural buoyancy, you have a little more push, you have a little more power in the wave. It makes it a lot easier to catch the wave.
In the lakes, everything is like the ocean, but the wave period is shorter, faster, quicker, colder, more erratic, and you gotta be more on your toes if you wanna get a good ride.
We have point breaks. We've got ways where you can get 400-yard rides over cobblestone and limestone. We've got stand-up barrels in town at North Point, where it's a performance wave.
I love to surf North Point just because of the energy, and when you're out there, it's such a rush, and it's so different than most of the other breaks around here. You have the elbow where everybody could just walk out there and hop off. You don't even have to paddle out.
We are very fortunate to be set up with just a perfect little amphitheater of good spots that can form off the structure that's here.
For me, it's quality over quantity. When it happens here and it lines up, it's awesome. It can happen 3-4 times in 1 week, so it all depends on weather patterns.
I'm very in touch with, now more than ever, the weather and what's happening with those surf forecasts, and I tend to bring it up during meetings. If I'm getting a little stressed out, I can take a look at that webcam. I can look and see, all right, Thursday's the day. I gotta make it through a few more.
I became a weatherman when I started surfing because I had to understand how it all worked. I used to get mad because the weathermen never told you where the wind was coming from. They only told you the wind speed. It's gonna be 30, 40 mile an hour winds. What direction? We need to know what direction the winds are coming from.
It amazes me when I see kids from town really improve their surfing and get good at surfing when given so little opportunity and also having to deal with challenging conditions. And then they're also not surfing in board shorts. You want to learn surfing in Sheboygan, you're going to be putting on some rubber.
Surfing in the wintertime, I just thought was just the dumbest thing in the world. I really did. I was like, man, these guys are just kooks, you know? But I became a kook, and I got out there and I started trying it. I was like, wow, these waves are actually really good. If I just, know my limitations.
We get better waves in the winter because there's more systems coming through. I think I've gone out even when it was like -20 with the wind chill. Like, I don't really have that many limits. It's more how I'm feeling. I'll usually go out for anything. If it's 1 foot and junky, like, I'll still usually go.
I remember surfing Blue Harbor after a 6-inch snowstorm in the first week of January. The air temp was 12. There was a 35-knot wind. I surfed my 5-6 fish for an hour and a half before I couldn't feel my hands and I couldn't push up on the rails anymore. So that was a good session.
Great Lakes surfers learn how to be responsible, how to be cautious, as well as being adventurous. Surfing in cold water is no joke. It's really dangerous, and you have to have knowledge. You don't want to be going out there without talking to somebody first or learning what the extremes are.
A big set comes through and, you get washed in and you're turned around. Like, you need to know exactly where you're getting out. The winter and the cold and the relentless waves and the rip currents can just really catch you by surprise.
A good picture of an ice beard will sometimes be detrimental because it'll make people want to go and do that bucket list thing where they want to experience that. They want to come out of the water with icicles on their beard. I think the need to be in the water and catch a good wave allows people to get those icicle beards.
The problem isn't the cold, it's the ice on the board. It kept freezing the board over. I gotta get to work, but that was fun. I'm glad I went.
In some ways, Sheboygan is kind of like an island. I know it sounds strange to say it, but people who live here and love living here, we remember the good that we do for each other, and then that just leads to more.
It's the perfect mix that everybody wants, which is blue-collar, hard-working community that cares about each other. Yet we have this kind of coastal vibe to us. I don't think there's one thing that's caused it, but it's just a cool little spot.
That is what I think is unique to Sheboygan, is that people are spending time to invest in this town. Seeing downtown being rebuilt, re-energized, there's a cool vibe down here.
I like to throw out this term, anything east of 8th Street. And if you look up Sheboygan, that's not a lot of space between 8th Street and the lake, but that's what makes it so great. Go downtown, go to the riverfront, go to the lake, and then you got it all.
I'm searching for the words to express how much of a positive effect surfing's had on me, and I'm at a loss. It has always been my anchor. No matter what went bad in my life, I said I will get back to that. And when I do, everything will be okay.
Catching a wave in itself is like, it's pretty special because that energy that you get, I want everyone to be able to have that enjoyment. It's the most freeing feeling I've ever had in my life.
I came from localism and a lot of crowd. I come to Sheboygan and it's special. We've got a really good community of individuals.
And that's what I really appreciate, I think, about this surf community, because I'm not going to have a perfect wave and I'm not going to be the best surfer. But this is one place where I can just let go, and there's no judgment of how I surf or what wave I catch. I can just be me.
probably said it a few times, surfing has changed my life. It made me understand that, you know, in business and life, I mean, it's like a wave, you know, it comes and goes, it crashes, it can take you out. The next wave you might be able to ride is like awesome, and the next wave will literally almost kill you sometimes. But you get up, you paddle back out, you go out for more.
It's just a beautiful thing. I love it so much, and I don't know, sorry I'm getting emotional, but it's that powerful. It's powerful. There's another word, another word, powerful. Yeah.
I never dreamed that there'd be 20, 30 people off the jetties. Who'd have thought? That's a result of everybody spreading the smile. That's what it is. Dancing with gravity puts a smile on everybody's face.